And Kathy, well, just in case you didn't know, this Bank Holiday Monday is the date for this year's Northwest 10K. Always a huge event, always really well supported, and people have trained for it for months, if not longer. And then others just go out and walk it and do it at their leisure just to get through the 10K. But it's always a big event, and there's always a big turnout for it. Well, Nancy McNamee is the vice chair, and Declan Kerr is the PRO of the Northwest 10K, and they both join us in the studio now. Good afternoon to you both. All set for Monday?
Yeah. We're on the countdown now, just 4 days to go. So it's all systems go.
Declan, it's you're no stranger to doing a bit of organising behind the scenes for the 10K, and it's come a long way since the Rock Hill 10K.
Yeah,
and you would have remembered those days.
I remember the Rock Hill 10K, yeah, and that was a very successful event until 1995, and then the Northwest 10K took over from that then. So Northwest 10K is now in its 20th running, and we're heading now to the 26th hosting of it. So yeah, it's been a very successful event, both at Rock Hill and then Northwest 10K for charities over the years, and 903,000 euros raised in 26 years or 25 years.
So you're heading towards the million mark.
Well, we're heading towards the million mark.
That'll be someday when you hit the million mark.
A little bit to go yet, but 38 charities have benefited over that period of time. So listen, it has been very good for the local community. All the money goes back into charities in the county. So,
Nancy, off all those 10Ks, you'd probably run most of them.
Not a bit, no. I did actually ran the Rock Hill 10K back in 1988. Was my first.
Right.
And most successful. I was third overall in that year. But then in 2011, I was involved with as a charity with mental health, and from there, then I joined the committee for the Northwest 10K. So I haven't run one since, believe it or not, 2011.
All right. Well, that comes as a surprise.
I've run other races, but
yeah,
not the 10K. No.
Yeah. And this year it'll be behind the scenes.
It'll be behind the scenes again, all hands involved. Yeah, we have a core committee of 12.
Right.
But we also have a lot of volunteers, including stewards and Gardaí and other volunteers as well. And we get volunteers as well from the three charities that are involved with us as well.
And the three charities this year are?
The three charities this year are Multiple Sclerosis, St Bernard's School here in Letterkenny, and Letterkenny Community Development Project as well. And they're working really, really hard. They had a few fundraising events under the umbrella of the 10K to date, and they have another one tonight in Arena 7. They have a quiz tonight in Arena 7, and they also have two post-race runs as well. They have got a tractor run from Maggie's Tavern in Port Hall, and they also have got Night at the Races in the Glencairn, and that's on the 12th of May as well.
Right. And Declan, that's how it works. The charities are nominated. Well, the charities are invited to apply, and then there's three nominated, or that's the way it's been in recent years. And then the onus is on those three charities to use the event to go out and raise money.
Yeah, it's twofold for the charities. I suppose it's promoting their own and creating awareness of the charities that are involved, and also of obviously the fundraising then. And as part, it's not just on the day. The three charities come together then, they each organise their own events or whatever in the lead up, and that all contributes then to the overall money that's raised, and it just boosts their return from the event. And listen, those events are very, 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 very important to it, and three charities this year again have worked together in terms of organising a variety of fundraisers, and listen, hopefully that'll all come together now and give them a nice return I mean, they all have objectives with the money that they've raised, and so hopefully that'll all go well for them now.
And the man starting it this year, the man behind the starter's gun, is himself no stranger to the 10K, Danny McDade.
Yes, indeed. I was talking to Danny last week about just the 10K. I suppose he was saying in the very early years, Danny was pretty much an international athlete at that time, and with international cross country, he didn't get an opportunity maybe as much as he would have liked to have competed, but he was telling me one nice story from I think it was just before the move from Rock Hill to the Northwest 10K. I think he was 57 years of age, and he remembers Sean Doherty being out in Rock Hill broadcasting, and Sean was asking him, how do you think you'll do, or what time will you do today? And Danny says, well, I would hope to break 34 minutes. and that was 50, and he did 33.50.
That's when he was 57.
57, yeah. So
There's hope for us yet, Nancy.
There's definitely hope for us.
Yeah.
But Danny is delighted, and he's been a great supporter of the Northwest NK, and he's also been involved from a charity perspective because of the Donegal Diabetic Association. He had family members involved in that. So Danny has been, he sees the benefits of the 10K, and they were one of the charities, the Diabetes Association last year, who benefited from the 10K. So from different perspectives, from just actually taking part to supporting it and being part of a charity, Danny has great experience of the 10K over the years.
Absolutely. So Nancy, the route this year, where has it changed?
No, it hasn't changed from the route last year at all. It hasn't. So it starts at the community centre, goes over by Gleninny. You do a circle there and back round to the community centre. You go out by Gleninny, the Polestar roundabout, take a right there, back again, and by the New Duns, and right again at the community centre.
Okay.
Over by Gleninny again, and then you take a left and over by the Mount Errigal, and back in the back of by Aldi, and then you go up the Port Road, down the main street, down, then you take a left then at the library, and then a left then again, and then out round the Canal Road, back in the front of the ATU.
Getting longer. The more you talk, the longer it's getting.
As far as the community centre again, and then you're at the finish. While it sounds a lot, and it's maybe 2 circles, you pass an ATU 3 times, but I mean, it's relatively flat apart from going up the main street, and it's a lovely course, I've been told. I've done it myself, but just jogging along.
Yeah, well, at least it's not that climate Gortlee. It's just up the Port Road.
Yeah, it's just up the Port Road. You take a left.
The rest is flat.
Yeah, you take a left after the Mount Errigal and by the Ballyrain School and by the Aldi.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed for big crowds. I mean, people can still, you can show up on the day and sign up. If
Online entries, John, are still live until tomorrow night, Friday at midnight, and then we have in-person registrations on Saturday and Sunday from 3 to 6. And also
down at the community centre.
Down at the Letterkenny, we have a marquee down there at the Letterkenny Community Centre, just on the left-hand side as you look down at the community centre there. So, and also on Monday morning, the registrations will be open from 8 a.m. and close at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And so we'll then just encourage as many people as possible now to either enter online until tomorrow night or come down and enter then on Saturday and Sunday. And obviously, people can collect their T-shirts and their numbers and have them for Monday morning, and avoid any queuing then on Monday morning as well. So,
absolutely,
and we just
it does get very congested just before the race.
Yeah, and I would just like to thank our 5 sponsors as well, 5 major sponsors who have been with us: Donegal Daily, Brian McCormick, Intersport, Century Complex, the Value Centre, and the Mount Errigal, who have been with us for the last number of years and are again with us this year.
Great, and it's, the sponsors are important because it just eases the financial burden, and it means that the money then goes to the charities. Yeah,
that's right. And as well as that, we also have other people that donate, other businesses donate smaller prizes, and that all helps towards the cost of the run of the race. Therefore, any money that's taken in by the charities is given back to the charities again.
Okay.
And if anybody wants to break the record, John, there's 500 euros.
All right, and the record is?
The record is held since 1998 by Noel Berkeley, whose time that year was 29 minutes and 14 seconds.
Right.
And there's 500 euros also for the female that could, or if they want to break the record, and that's held by Maria McCambridge since 2005, 32 minutes and 24 seconds.
Right. Well, the best luck whoever's attempting to break those records, but the best luck to everybody. I mean, you can, dander around it, you can walk it, you can jog it, you can run it flat out if you're able to, whatever way. It's about taking part.
Yeah, it's a great community event, John, and a great family event and social event as well. So listen, hopefully now people can come out and support us again.
What's the start time on Monday?
11 a.m.
11. Nancy, Declan. Yes.
Sorry, just before we go, can I just thank everybody, Letterkenny and Donegal, for supporting the Northwest 10K over the years, and especially for all the charities as well. And we'd like to also thank the people and the public here that is inflicting their patience. Thank them for their patience and their understanding for the inconvenience of the race on Monday.
Okay.
But it is a means for charities to raise money.
Absolutely. And it is a bank holiday, and it is early in the day, so
we should be closed up. No, the road should be open again around 1 o'clock, so everything should be
Yeah,
they can get
back to
moved
normal then.
back to normal. And thank the Gardaí again for their continued support, Union Walsh especially, the Chamber again, Letterkenny Chamber, all our donators and all our sponsors. We'd like to thank them as well, and to the county councillor as well, who've also
It's a
helped us with the
combined
funding.
effort.
A combined effort by a big community,
Yes.
and we thank everybody, and especially all the volunteers who give up their time.
All right, Nancy, Declan, thank you.
Every Tuesday morning on